How's it going tonight, everybody? Tonight is our update video. I'm going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to go through the changelog, and then afterwards we're going to test a few things out just to see how they work. So first thing we have is a fix for cover items being placed on the mass storage rather than in them. So that's if you're using a plate like this on one of the mass storages that I got filling my charcoal. We'll have a look at that in a little bit. Compatibility for more creatures, things, compatibility for silver with werewolves of Howling Moon, more creatures, and anything else that adds a werewolf. Let's see, added support for multiple default enchants on a material. And I haven't managed to figure out what exactly would give you multiple enchants, unless it's like the silver. Look, because silver has disjunction, and if it now does something different for, yeah, see, it has possible tool enchants is Werebane X and disjunction X, so you would actually get both of those on your sword or axe or whatever you were going to use it on. Apparently, it was only going to do one or the other before this fix. Let's see. Next is the added bathing pot, which is basically the chemical bath, but it's a earlier one, kind of like the mixing bowl. I'll make one of these a little bit later after we get done going through everything, but here it is. You can make the table version or the half slab, half block version, and that's your recipe there. Let's see. It's like the mixing bowl, but for bath recipes, but it doesn't work with certain gases. You can't use this for gases and certain hot fluids, so very hot fluids. This villager is just a parkour master here. I've caught him on top of here now and over there. And he keeps coming upstairs. I got him downstairs in the basement. I got bored and decided to make a couple yesterday. And I wanted to get them out of here so they weren't running around on the screen while I was trying to record. And this guy keeps climbing the ladder. Alright, the next one is the injector machine. Funny thing was, when he added this, he only knew one thing that it would be used for, and that was putting jelly into donuts for Harvestcraft. But he's came up with at least one more recipe that I know of. So you got 2 aluminum springs, 2 tiny stainless steel fluid pipes, aluminum machine casing, circuit, and a tin cable. And you have them in all of your regular 5 flavors here, up to IV. And it looks like the only thing that changes is the cable, the pipe, and I guess everything technically changes. It's the same parts, just in a different size or material. So let's look up a donut. Chocolate donut, powdered donut, jelly donut. There we go. So there's your injector. takes your jelly, your donut, and gives you a jelly donut. So the actual recipes you have right now is all the different flavors of injected donuts, because he added multiple different flavors. Then you have carbon dioxide and water will make soda, and then you can put that in a canning machine and make soda. And we'll go back here and see what else is in here. More donuts, butt ton more donuts, distilled water for making the soda, more donuts, and mineral water and carbon dioxide to make mineral soda. Now I just need one to make a diet soda. Oh, we have mincemeat and scrap meat. We'll make a pork sausage. No way of getting scrap meat at the moment. Parts people usually don't eat is usually as dog food. And mincemeat, that's just any kind of meat. Put in a juicer, which we don't have yet, or a shredder, or a squeezer for fish to get fish oil. So that's what we got for the injector. I might have to make one sometime just to play around with a bit, but I'm not planning on making one today. There also is a mint and a tea that has been added. Here's the mint powder. I'm not sure yet what it's going to be. If it's going to be a berry or the twig thing, but it's been added as a crop to the IC2 crops. There's also tea that has been added. Don't see. That's the tea leaf from Pam's. There's the tea powder. And this should be some kind of leaf. I think mint is a leaf as well. So maybe it's going to be a twig. Or maybe it'll be, oh, there we go, tea leaf. So it'll probably be this one. I'm going to work on crops a bit this week and see if I can get those two to show up, but I haven't gotten them yet. Most of the work I was doing crossbreeding today was before the update came out, so I didn't have a chance of getting them yet. Oh crap, hold on. We might have an error. I was wondering if these guys was going to open the door to the circuit room, and it sounds like the forestry guy just did. Oh, he's way over here. So maybe he didn't. I don't want him getting squished. You need to get your butt back down that ladder, mister. I don't know how in the world you keep getting back up here. I know you guys like default to climbing it. Now get away from it. I put him all the way over by the coagulators, and he still managed to walk all the way over here. Alright, back to the update log. He added a new, even larger gem size called Legendary. So now we have these, which have a 0.0, I think it is, 0.01% chance of being outputted by a sifter or a small ore. You can see the exquisite was a 1% chance, and those barely ever dropped. This one is a 0.01% chance. Scared to even ask what he's going to make those actually do. But, oh, they're for the really high lasers. Okay, but you get 7 diamonds out of them? Wait a minute. We don't have the hammer recipe to get the... Oh, okay, there it is. So you get 2 exquisites out of 1, and then you get 2 flawed out of each exquisite, and then I do believe you get 2 diamonds out of each of those. So that would be 6, if I'm doing my math correctly. And the next thing is he added the lasers, which you just somewhat seen a little bit of them there. And I was hoping that these would work as lasers for the precision engraver, and he said it's a different kind of laser, so no, this will not work for that. But here's the recipe. I've got one in here to make, and you can see that this one will emit redstone flux losslessly, where the engines were a 50% loss. This will be 100% power across. So you put in 32 EU, you get out 128 RF, and this is the low voltage. You have your medium, high, extreme, and insane. So your regular 5 flavors here of electrical devices. And you can see you have galvanized steel. Then this one is stainless steel and the exquisite. This one is an exquisite and chromium. And this one is the one that uses the legendary, and it uses titanium. You can see this one takes 8,192 EU and puts out 32,768 RF. So that is one heck of a laser. And as I said, I have one right here to build, so we can go downstairs and check it out. Now, the thing about these is you can only put one per table. You cannot do like the Buildcraft thing and have multiple. So I'm going to put this one, wait a minute. I don't know how this is going to work. If it's going to only put out power when it has something in the table to do, or if it's going to run full time. So for right now, I'm going to put that on there. So it's going to look like that. My table is empty, so I'm going to grab it. And he said it had to be directly below it. So like that. Now we put a redstone and an ender pearl in here. We'll get pulsating. So let's see how this works. And now I asked him about that, and he said it shouldn't work, I thought, but it looks like the Buildcraft is still trying to inject power into it on top of the Gregtech laser. The Buildcraft one is now out of power, so it's not putting anything in there. But that's doing quite a bit of power there. So, and it looks pretty nice. I kind of like that laser. So we're going to let that get done, and then I'm going to make a redstone chipset. So go upstairs and grab me a piece of redstone here, because that'll be a lot quicker than the pulsating one. But I figured I'd do the pulsating one first. That way I could actually try to use it on the integration table as well and make a pulsating basic gate. So it's about half done in that little bit of time there. All right, so we'll go over this last thing while that finishes up, and that is he changed the mass storages to only face horizontally now, but the top and bottom can now be monkey wrench for hopper behavior. Now, this is where I don't know if it's a typo or what. I'll read it exactly the way he has it, and then we'll check it out in a couple minutes. It says, but top and bottom can now be monkey wrench for hopper alike behavior on the bottom side. So how do you set the top if you're doing it on the bottom? Maybe I'm just not understanding what he means, but I think that's a bit of a typo. Also added item displays to them. So now you can see what's actually in them, which is nice. All right, so there's my pulsating chipset. And yeah, it looked like it turned off automatically. That's nice. All right, so we'll put that in there. Make a regular redstone chip, which should be really, really quick, and definitely looks like it is. So let's grab this integration table here, and we will try it next and see if it works properly with the laser. Also add an item display to them so you can see what items are inside. The numbers won't sync if you put a cover on them, meaning they would lag less if you aren't interested in the numbers. You can fill a mass storage to 100% by giving it an NEI 111 stack of its item. When destroyed by an explosion, all items contained are lost. So better craft a more blast-proof variant if you store valuables in it to prevent massive item entity lag is the reason for that one. When broken the normal way, it will drop a max of 512 stacks of whatever max stack size is there are available for that item, meaning everything above that will be lost to keep from having lag. All right, so in the amount of time it took me to read that, it's done. All right, so let's try the integration table now. We're going to give it these. Oh, wait a minute. I got to put the gate in first. Just happen to have one in my bag. So put that in, put that on, and it works seamlessly. I love it. So there's my new pulsating gate coming out. And it looks like it stays on just a little more, but it doesn't say it has any storage, so it might just be a little lag for me there. Alright, so we'll throw this back over here. Now, I want to also grab this here. Probably have to grab a couple more. I want to try using it to power through that, which would power this bank of machines here. I should have some more of those pipes over here. So let me go grab them. By the way, that's the end of the changelog, so I'm going to start the actual testing part now. Let's see. I do have an energy transfer node, so I won't have to take out the other one, but oh, wait a minute, right there. There we go. So we're going to try these out. While I'm out here, I'll show you I've been doing a little bit of work with crops trying to get things crossbred. I managed to get a Coupon plant, and somehow doing sticky reed, I ended up getting a tine plant. And these are the new ones from IC2. This one is tin, and this one is copper. And I wanted to try to get something off of them to show Greg, because I don't think he knew about the two new IC2s. Well, actually, there's 4: lead, silver, copper, and tin. And those do need blocks underneath them, I do believe, just like all the rest of the IC2 metal crops. I have a block under each one. I left them sit there for quite a while without any to see if they would bloom, and they never did. But those are taking forever to bloom, so it could just be that it's not blooming, or that it hadn't been blooming at the time. Alright, this doesn't look like it's putting out power. Let me go up and see if there's anything that actually needs to be done in these. Okay, I don't have enough seed oil, don't have any seeds, don't have anything in there, and nothing to be squeezed. And you just need some wood. Well, we can feed you some wood. There you go. So it is taken off, it's getting power. And the only thing that I have powering that is that laser, because this here should be completely dry, no stored power, nothing else is on, so it has to be feeding through there. But it looks like the laser isn't showing that it's working. Or was this just storing power? It says max energy 4000 RF. Max input is 1100. Stored is 124. So apparently it just had power in it. This says no power, so it's not actually transferring to that node. So that's a bit of a problem. I'm sure since this was built as a Buildcraft thing, that maybe Buildcraft Kinesis power would work better. Do I have a wooden pipe? Don't see one in there. Let's go see if I got one in my box over here. I know where I have one I can steal. I got one over there, but making a Buildcraft pipe isn't a hard thing to do, so I'll just make a new one if I need to. That's iron. And yeah, it looks like I'm going to be making a new one. I also noticed something kind of strange, and Greg would be the only one that I know of that would have done it. The regular old style windmills are disabled, but the old IC2 solar panels are not, even though we have Gregtech solar panels. So I need to ask him about that, or I might have him watch this video in the morning so he can see the things that I tested. If so, Greg, that was for you. Alright, so let's try this out here. Now, if I put this here, and I think I don't usually use these very much, but I think I got to put that on there. Now, is it outputting energy? It is not, or at least it doesn't look like it. Come up here and check the machine. And still says no power, but it has everything it needs. So we'll have to see what that issue is. Alright, so next thing is we're going to check out this mass storage. You guys can see there's a nice rendering on there. It's got the same kind of rendering glitch that barrels have sometimes. And because of him having that hopper thing added, I can get rid of my Buildcraft pipes here. They won't have to be sitting here looping like crazy anymore. And you'll notice that everything's off in here. I actually filled up on power, had to take my solar panels down first. Or not my solar panels, my wind turbines. I took them down first and just let this stuff run, and then it ended up getting full as well, so I just turned this off. And I gotta do this anyway, so I figured it was no big deal to cut them off, and then everything could get nice and cooled down for me to do this change. Alright, so let's put this back first off, and put the dirt back. Alright, now it says that it drops from the bottom, which for me is actually kind of an issue because I actually put that there to go up from there, and now I need it to go out the frickin' bottom. So I'm going to have to move it back up above, which means that I've got to get that 8,000 out of there. But I do want to try this real quick. If I monkey wrench the top, it says will fill inventories below, which, wait a minute, why is that number going up? I thought the number would go down because there's a pipe under there. Was it actually not taking in the ash that was in the pipe? Huh. So I'm guessing that's what it's doing. Let's see what else we got here. Won't fill inventories below, which I don't want it to fill inventory below. Will fill, won't fill. All right. So, see, I was hoping there would be a way for me to like put the barrel on top of there and it would take stuff from it. So it would be like a hopper from the top from the changelog. But apparently that's not right. Okay, so now I got to get 8,000 charcoal out of there and into these. And let's see. This is going to take a little while to change, so I think I might do this one off camera and then show you guys next time what I ended up working out, if it worked or not. But I'm going to try one thing real quick. Okay, this thing is just spitting out because it won't go into there, which is understandable. Where is my cart? I know you guys love my inventory. There's my cart. Alright, so I'm going to grab this, bring it out here. Now that I got this nice mess, I'll break that out of there. I'll put that down there. Now, some of that might be filling from... Well, no, it shouldn't be, because I don't think the Railcraft thing automatically will put out. Alright, so if I hit this, will fill inventory below, so now it's going to start dropping things down into there. So I'm going to use that to empty this into the barrel, and then move the barrel out, move this up, move this back up, and then I'll be able to put my pipes out, because I'm going to use Gregtech pipes. I've made up about 6 of them, I think. Oh, I already got them on me. Alright, so I'm going to run these because that thing will automatically output into the pipe, but it won't do the spillover thing like Buildcraft ones do, so I won't have to loop it. I won't need gates, things like that. So they're just going to go right along like that. And my regular wrenches in the machine over there, or in the table. Also, this has been changed, accepting from selected side enabled, emitted to selected side disabled. So you can change if it's going to accept items or not with your monkey wrench on the pipe. So you don't have to worry about it trying to dump things back into it when you're wanting them to come out of it. So that's a nice thing for the pipes to have now. I think that might be a thing with hoppers, because hoppers will accept even through their front spout thing. So this would keep it from doing that. If it had nowhere else to go, it wouldn't sit there and tick back and forth, which would make for some lag, because hoppers can be a bit laggy. Alright, so I'm just going to pop each one of these like this, so they'll be connected. Do the top corner, that'll do the back. And let's come over here and do the... Oh, wrong one. I need that one. And then this will get set. I'll have to make one more pipe that will go right here where the mass storage is now, after I get that all empty. And one other thing that I noticed that I swear didn't happen before, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong or not. I'm going to go up and show you here, and that's with this crop analyzer. Two things. One, you can charge them I didn't realize you could do this. You can stick them into into anything above a bat box. Bat box will not do them. But I know a CESU up to MFSU will charge them. I didn't think they could be charged before. When you do charge them, I don't believe it charges the battery that's inside of them. I usually put my bat pack in it, but I think it's in there charging at the moment. The other thing is, I didn't think you could use it to tell what a crop was that was in the ground. I thought you always had to take them out, and apparently now you can use them as a scanner, and it'll tell you what the crop name is, the amount of hydration, Weedex, fertilizer, all that stuff that each one has, which I'm kind of... Am I out of fertilizer? Oh, yeah, I'm out of fertilizer. Okay. And I'm actually out of power. That's amazing. I've had full power this whole time. It must be because it's raining and now, or was night, now it's raining, so hasn't had any daylight. I may have to put a bat box there to store power. But that's all I have for you tonight. Hope that any of that testing and stuff helps. And if y'all have any questions, as usual, leave them in the comments. Let me know. If it's something for Greg, I'll be glad to pass it along. Or you can go to the IC2 forums, to the Gregtech 6 channel, or to his IRC Gregtech dev channel and ask him yourself. He'll probably understand you better than he does me because, I can't type very well, so sometimes there's a bit of an issue between him understanding what I'm saying and me saying it. So take it easy. Have a good one.